Hey everyone, it's Freebird again. Guess what day it is? Woo! I'm just kidding, it's only Tuesday. Shout out to all of my subscribers. I mean, I don't have a lot. I also wanted to talk about my last video. I wanted to say, excuse my clothes. My shirt looks a little drunk right now. My little sister checked me on it. She really pulled me aside and was like, I don't know what you were thinking putting that up there. You look real tired. You can hardly hear yourself. You need to pretty much do better. So I was like, oh gosh. I looked at it. I'm like, you know what? You're right. I need to get it all the way together. So I can only grow from here. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I was this close to taking it down from YouTube, but I'm just like, you know what? I'll just keep it up there. You know, it's an embarrassment for me, but I'm not ashamed of it anymore. That could be my learning experience. I was excited to make a video. You know, I wanted to start my journey. I wanted to document my topics. I wanted to document, you know, our conversations together, our discussions, you know, me just growing as a person. So I'm going to keep it up there. We did leave off talking about communication. Communication for me is my biggest relationship concern. And I do hear the same thing about a lot of people who I come in contact with. Same thing when I interview them. Communication is pretty much number one as far as getting the relationships together. So I wanted to just give you some advice, some things that I've learned with school, just normal day-to-day life experience, just some things that I've picked up on that have worked for me. So first and foremost, I want to say that when you are trying to improve your communication, and I'll just give you an example. Somebody told me that they are having trouble communicating with their partner or their boyfriend or girlfriend, something like that. And this is everybody who agreed to talk with me, by the way. They don't know how to bring up conversations. They're just scared, frightened, whatever the case may be. So, and they were saying, you know, my partner's not listening to me. And I'm just like, what's going on with you? I know when I'm trying to communicate with somebody, first things running through my head, if it's like a scary topic, I'm like, am I nervous to tell this person this? Am I scared? You know, you have to check what's going on inside of you. What are your feelings? Are you having a bad day? Did you get a flat tire? Did your boss say something that pissed you off? You have to check yourself first before you can expect to communicate with someone. You need to check yourself to just be open to hearing what the other person is going to say. But before you can even do that, you have to make sure that you're aware of your own feelings. And then if you are upset, pissed off, or whatever at your boss or your coworker or another friend or even a sister or brother, if you're upset or something with them, it's gonna be harder for you to have an honest conversation with your loved one if you are experiencing all those feelings. So you need to get yourself together first before you can even communicate with somebody. And I'm not talking about your typical, you're cooking dinner, you know, how's work, those conversations. Yes, they matter, but those are conversations you can do without having to feel the pressure of, man, how am I feeling right now? So just make sure you keep that in mind. Make sure you check how you're feeling and make sure that you are aware of that, and then you communicate that to whoever. I'm upset right now. Now's not a good time for me to talk. I can see you're upset right now. Now is not a good time for us to talk. Let's come back in maybe 5 minutes. So then you talk about it a little bit later. My next little tidbit of advice is multitasking. That's a big thing for me because when you're trying to have a deep conversation and you're doing X, Y, and Z, you know, you're not really paying attention to the other person. You need to take like a 5-minute break, stop what you're doing and listen to that person. If it's something that you really can't stop at that time, then you can tell that person that, you know what, I really just need some time. Give me a few minutes and I'll call you back. Give me a few minutes and I'll get right back with you, even at your job. If somebody's asking you, if a coworker is asking you to do something and you really can't do it right now because you're focusing on typing a note, you're sending an email to somebody, you're on a phone call, just tell them that, you know, you need a few minutes, a few seconds, and you'll get right back to them. Just being honest with people, giving them a little update about what it is that you're doing will definitely go a long way. So multitasking is a no-no only when you are trying to have a deep conversation, because it's just not going to work. If you can't even look at the person, glance at them, you know that you're doing something wrong. So make sure that when you want to communicate on a deeper level, make sure that you have no distractions. Except for you know, some soft music in the background. That's also cute. You know, that's nice. That's nice. Or some water. You know what I mean? I like the sound of water trickling because I'm just, I guess, weird. But just make sure that those small distractions are gone so you can have a deep conversation. My third topic, or my next little tidbit of advice, would be body language. If you are trying to have a conversation with somebody, trying to communicate, and you notice that their arms are folded, I'm fine. No, you're not fine. Obviously, you're having a bad day. Obviously, you have an attitude. Because I see it all over your face, your body language. You can't have a conversation with someone who is clearly upset like that, or even if you're upset yourself. You can also check in with them. You know what, I see you're upset right now. Let me ask you what's going on. You know, how you feeling? You know, you look super pissed. You know, what's up? You can ask them something like that. Even if it's you, if you are saying that you're okay to have a conversation, or even during the conversation you're saying you're not mad and clearly you're mad, then you guys need to take a break. Walk away for a little bit, get some water. Water helps. Watch YouTube for a little bit, you know, turn on the TV, just think about it, call a friend, whoever. Do something to just take a break, because that body language is telling you that you need to get out of there ASAP. My fourth little piece of advice would be interrupting. I wrote about that a few days ago on my blog, and this is super major. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I feel like we don't listen anymore. And when I say we, I really mean me. I am bad at that. Somebody could be telling me something that is extremely important. You know what, Sharice? Guess what happened today? Let me tell you about mine. It can't be even worse than my day. I'm known for that. I interrupt people. Don't get me wrong, I've gotten better. I'm not, you know, rude. I don't want people thinking that I just cut people off. I'm not a good listener, because I am. I do learn. But there still are those days where I jump at the opportunity. Oh my gosh, guess what happened to me? You know, and I'm super amped up. I'm super excited to tell them how my day went or my experiences before I can let them finish. And I guess for me, what needed to happen before I realized that I was doing that is when somebody cut me off. Not too long ago, I was with a group, you know, talking with people, and then I kept being interrupted, and I was just like, man, that's just so rude. And I'm like, you know what, I do that too, so I couldn't even say anything. You know, I can't call somebody out if I'm not ready to address it myself. So I'm addressing it today. I am doing away with my interruptions. Like I said, I'm not perfect. I'm going to try my best not to interrupt, because I know that is rude. Just hearing somebody just cut you off before you even speak, that's going to nip the whole conversation in the butt. It's not going to go anywhere after that. And then it's like, you know, I forgot what I was going to say. So if you're trying to have a conversation on a deeper level with somebody you care about, or just somebody who just need to talk to, make sure that they're not interrupting you. If they are, you can slightly address it, or you can wait until they're finished. You know, I'm not quite finished yet. Let me just continue telling that. Put your hand up. Like, you know, like that little church pose, put your finger up. Do something like that. Because interruptions are definitely important, and they can definitely disrupt your communication that you're trying to have. That's all I have for today. I just wanted to update you guys as far as that. Again, super thank you to everyone who has watched this, who has subscribed to my channel. It really does mean a lot. I'm a small girl trying to make it big, I guess, but I just wanted to say that your efforts really do not go unnoticed. I see each and every one of you, and I'm going to comment on everything when I can. So until next time, thanks guys.